watching, I just got the news. I can be a millionaire too. Check the OP, what did he do? Gas in his bag so they go to the moon. Spent half an eighth, I got 1,000,000 coins like the real McCoy. You know I feel that joy, cause if it goes to a buck, I won't believe my luck. And now 10 on my Lambos for me and my friends.
Okay guys, what is up? I want to do another quick video just going over some ICO news, some info, and some things that might help you if you are looking for some ICOs to invest in here in 2018. And there's some good ones in January and February, a lot coming out on February 1st, and we want to make sure that you don't miss any of these. So we're going to go over some ICO news as well as a couple other news stories just to catch up and you know, get the stuff out of the way, what's going on right now, and so we can make better educated decisions. Man, have I ever lost money doing this. Probably one of the biggest mistakes we can make, shorting Bitcoin on an uptrend. Okay, so you see it's going up, up, up. Oh, this must be its peak. It can't go any further. I'm going to short it because it's got to go down now. So many times I've done this and just lost. You know, it's so easy for it to build up because you're multiplying when you're doing margin. You're betting like 10 times what you have. So it just multiplies and you wake up and you lost $1,000 overnight. This happened to me. I almost lost $1,000 shorting Bitcoin this way. I'll never do it again. So this is a pretty funny meme here. So what's going on right now? There's the Telegram ICO. People are saying it's going to be huge for numerous reasons. There's a lot of people that go in depth in this, so I'm not going to do a full in-depth review until it actually gets launched and we know more. But basically, since Telegram has so many users, and if they have an ICO and move a cryptocurrency blockchain aspect to that company, that will bring a lot of new users. I think it's something like 3 billion users that would bring into cryptocurrency. And they do want a huge number, they want a huge amount of money for this ICO. And those are two things that stood out to me. But it's really speculation at this point. It's not set in stone. It's just something that they're talking about. Bounties explained. So we're going to do a video specifically for bounties. So I'm just getting, you know, my knowledge and stuff together for that video. Maybe I'll throw this article down below if you want to check it out. CoinDeaths most influential Q&A. So this was CoinDeaths most influential person of 2017. And here's a question and answer with him, the Bitcoin sign guy. He was holding a sign in Capitol Hill when they were doing a live stream, and lots of people saw his sign saying buy Bitcoin. So I'll let you watch the rest if you like. I'll share the link with you. B3, latest news, fundamental nodes, rebrand of B3, and our one wallet, B3 Team Buzzcoin connection. So B3 recently did a rebrand. I think it was yesterday that they rebranded, or they had it, you know, planned, set a date for their rebranding. And I'm not sure what's happened. I'm not sure if I've seen the new logo, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe even they're picking a new name. This is, oh, here it is right here, B3. There's their new logo. They've rebranded. I knew I had this open for a reason. We are excited to announce that we will be releasing our new website and rebrand on Tuesday. Thank you for your continued support and this exciting time for B3. If you haven't bought B3 coin already, this is the perfect time for you to buy because it's going to go up anytime there's a new rebrand of a coin. We saw this with Neo. We saw this with other coins that it just jumps. The value seems to rise. Lisk had a recent rebranding, and look what happened to Lisk. It was staying at the same point for a while, and now it is jumping. It's doing well. New website and rebrand deceptive and deceived and banned. So basically, Team B3 comes in the picture and announces new team and rebrand. The site was basically already online before weeks ago. Until a few days before they put it offline. They announced a new website just to pump the price to 2 Satoshi. Rebrand, no white paper. I think this is, guys, this is a scam. And this happens a lot in cryptocurrency. It's really just a game. It's a race. So it's fair game. This is not a scam. This is just techniques and tactics that are used in the cryptocurrency space. If this is a scam, then everything Roger Ver does is a scam. Because we do things for our own benefit, and these coins do things for their own benefit first. Why wouldn't they, right? Bitcoin can survive an apocalypse using old school technology, says CoinDeaths researcher. Now this is interesting. I have no idea what they're talking about, old school technology. It looked like a couple pizza boxes on the thumbnail. Rest assured, in the event of an apocalypse or massive internet shutdown, Bitcoin will survive using offline technologies, a CoinDesk researcher told CNBC on Friday. We're fine, said Nolan, the director of research. I guess that's him there from he's a CoinDesk researcher. So services like Blockstream allow people to access without the internet. They launch satellites, and other cryptocurrencies are starting to do this, launch satellites so that they at least have one node that's always surviving, even if the internet shut down. The Bitcoin network and blockchain is still going through that, node that's in the sky. They can launch different satellites, and we heard the Kaiser report talk about this a few times. Satellites that were either mining cryptocurrency or satellites that give nodes to cryptocurrency. So in a way, they would be mining cryptocurrency. They'd be securing the network. And this is inevitable. This is going to happen. There's so much money in Bitcoin. We need to allow it to survive. And guys, I'm on Reddit now. CryptoKeith is my username. So watch for me there. If you're on Reddit, please follow me. Do whatever you do. Give me some tips because I am new to Reddit. I don't know a lot about it other than I've done some reading there and research there, but I've never really used it. So tell me any of the secrets, the tips to get ahead or get the most out of Reddit, as well as checking out my channel on Reddit, my thread. I'm also on Steemit.com. You can find that handle down below. I'll just have to add my Reddit handle now. So here's a website called ICOdata.io, and it shows data and statistics for ICOs. So the funds raised in 2017, total raised $5 billion, almost $6 billion. December was a huge month, and we even saw that ourselves here, that there were a lot coming out in December, and there's a lot still even going on now today that were launched in December. Maybe a cool website for you to check out. As well as ICO ranking spreadsheets, we're going to start to use a sort of ranking system when we do ICO reviews, at least when we do the in-depth reviews. Before we do in-depth reviews, we'll probably mention the ICOs we're interested in, just in case we don't get around reviews. So we'll do videos where we just mention what's out there, what we're looking into, so you can do your own research. But when we do our own full in-depth reviews, we'll be using spreadsheets and rating systems. So we're trying to find good spreadsheets, and a good rating system. So if you have any tips or links, send them our way so we can do better ICO reviews for you guys. Goodbye ICOs, hello TAOs, how tokens will change in 2018. So as we enter 2018, it appears that blockchain's contribution to capital formality has only begun. Basically, restrictions, regulations are pushing us to use different words and to do ICOs in a more regulated and limited format. So we need to do know your customer, anti-money laundering, meaning basically I had to do it today, uploading, I had to do it for the Spective ICO I contributed to, upload my ID and a selfie. So driver's license, and that's going on, but also we have to change our terminology of how we talk about these. The word ICO is not going to be used very much anymore. Token sale is a lot better, because ICO puts it in, you know, the muddy, the cloudy area of IPOs. It makes you think of IPO, and we're trying to prove that they're not IPOs so that we can, you know, get around the regulations. So calling them ICOs is not helping. So they're saying here that we're going to call them TAOs. What are TAOs? Well, in response, I expect that a new secondary generation acronym such as Tokenized Asset Offering, or TAO, will replace ICO. Increasingly bad press, regulatory enforcement, and class action lawsuits concerning coins issued before the infamous DAO may dominate headlines and ultimately tarnish the moniker. And I think this too, that pretty soon ICOs won't have the hype they have now. They'll be people will wise up, and you know, ICOs might even be looked at some point as a bad thing and a scam. So we don't want this to happen. So if we want to, we have to create a new model that, you know, complies a little bit more. Kind of like what BitConnect just did when they created BitConnect X. They were getting a lot of hate. People were seeing them, you know, in a bad way as a scam. And so they created a better model, created a better platform that had more things integrated, not just lending. And then they were allowed, you know, the community's going to start looking at them as a legit company. So the same thing needs to happen with ICOs. We need to change a couple little things, guidelines, and it's slowly evolving. People are getting smarter, and that's why a lot of more people are using spreadsheets, token metrics, token analysis, looking at, you know, all what they're offering in token amount, supply, and price. And seeing what they're valuing their company as, looking at all these different data points, and not investing if they don't communicate it right to us, or if they are asking for something that is unreasonable. So something talks about something here, women win, female brain. I have no idea what they're talking about here. I'm not even going to try to understand or go into it. Gender equality, I have no idea. I'll throw that article down below if you want to check it out. Blockshow announces token sale end of the ICO 1.0 era. So again, end of the first era, and now we're into the second 2.0 of ICOs. So end to the area of ICO 1.0 with its dozens of bonuses and schemes, which sometimes are difficult to understand even for the founders themselves. 10,000 tokens will be issued at the sold assets will be guaranteed their owners exclusive VIP access to the upcoming Blockshow events. So there's Blockshow.io. Blockshow is having their own ICO, it looks like. No irrigation bonus or special prices for each date. We avoid thousands of sentences written in the white paper or graphics. ICO 1.0 has died, and we, as blockchainers who have been on the market for 4 years already, are creating a new trend which will lead to market in a new phrase of trust and transparency by making it freaking simple. The token price will be fixed at 0.3 ETH. So yeah, this is the Blockshow token. Very interesting. You can check that out yourself if you're interested. Usually it's Blockshow Asia, I think. Well, everyone and their mother's having an ICO, right? Telegram ICO. Beyond the red tape, the path ahead for token sales. So projects like Golem, Gnosis, and Argon have all raised funds with the promise of creating a peer-to-peer platform built on top of Ethereum. As the price of Ethereum skyrocketed, $8, that's where I got in at, to $40, and then settled in the hundreds with a span of 6 months, the wealth created seemingly overnight gave way to the summer of ICOs in 2017. Why differentiate between utility tokens and security tokens? A utility token is one that is interpreted to pass what's known as the Howey test, the precedent set by the SEC, or Securities Exchange Commission, Howey Co. The Howey test interprets the sale of a token to be an investment contract if, so it's illegal basically, if it is an investment of money, there is an expectation of profits from the investment. And so this is what got people around it in the early years, is we were donating Bitcoin and not money, although some do accept cash now. There's an expectation of profits from the investment. This is the basis of the court cases recently, that people are expecting the token value to go up, therefore it's a security, they're saying. The investment of money is a common enterprise, is in a common enterprise. Any profit comes from the efforts of a promoter or third party. Interesting. We're going to have to move more towards the crowd sale model. A security token is a token which must either be registered with the SEC and be subject to ongoing financial and material event reporting requirements, fall under an exemption from registration that is traditionally used by private companies such as whatever. You can read into this some more yourself if you're into this type of regulation. There's reward tokens, equity-linked tokens, and dividend tokens. As we enter 2018 with a number of established businesses planning token sales, we are seeing several trends at Tokensoft. When established businesses are launching token sales, a majority are taking one of the following routes. Rewards tokens. So this is when it's legal, when you already have a company and you're just creating a token to be used within the company as a utility. So rewards tokens, tokens embedded to the platform. This is what some Hooters franchises are doing with their token provider that gives rewards for purchases. Basically, if you eat a burger, you create a token. Tokens embedded into the platform to encourage user behaviors found to be beneficial to the platform. So they're saying example, Kickskin token, and there's some exercise tokens now that will give you tokens when you exercise, or there's this porn Vice that gives you tokens for watching porn, or recycling. If you recycle, it's tracked on the blockchain and you get rewarded in tokens. These are rewards tokens, as well as things like air miles. Same type of thing. That's a reward token. Legal. That's fully legal. Equity linked tokens, tokens that allocate a portion of their cap table to the token sale example, Finova Financial. Dividends tokens that entitle the holder to a percentage of revenue, example, Apex Token Fund, KuCoin. Interesting. So there's more going in depth to these and talking about tokens growing up. So there's ways to get around everything. There's always a, we just have to be one step ahead, or at least if they make a regulation that we change things a little bit. Token sales won't go away. They'll just evolve over time. Ethereum price highs overshadow new wave of tech issues. So there's a whole bunch of tech issues within Ethereum, they're saying, and but the price still rises. Ethereum is still not safe or scalable. But when we have all these ICOs built upon it, there's no surprise. It should have risen, a while ago. And it seems like, to me, it would be healthy for all these tokens to be, based on Ethereum and asking for Ethereum. A lot of companies will hold portions of Ethereum, making the available supply go down over time. Every company that has an ICO and accepts Ethereum will hold some of that. Most of them will hold some of that. And this is good for the price of Ethereum, and we're probably finally seeing that the supply is getting smaller and smaller and smaller because of all these ICOs, then creating higher value for each token. Go beyond the headlines. Hype to find crypto risks, urges Hidalgo finance chief. This is a great article here, just quickly. Also, we have Venezuelan parliament calls president's 5.9 billion petro cryptocurrency a new fraud. And then we have this here. And basically this person saying investors should go beyond headlines and hype to understand the risks associated with investments in cryptocurrencies, as well as cryptocurrency futures contracts and other financial products where these virtual currencies are linked in some way to the underlying investment. Do your research, understand what you're investing in. We are seeing a number of people contacted by sellers of virtual currencies or sellers that want people to get in on initial coin offerings, including virtual currencies. Year of Bitcoin. At the national level, traders are waiting with bated breath for what may be a breakout year for Bitcoin-related financial instruments in 2018. The long-awaited Bitcoin ETF could be approved this year, rumors have suggested, following strong sentiment following the debut of Bitcoin futures trading last month. Shouldn't affect things too much, hopefully. Estonia startup Crowdcoin launches revolutionary financial ecosystem powered by e-residency and blockchain. Crowdcoin. So it was founded in 2017. Crowdcoin is a financial ecosystem powered by e-residency and blockchain. The OS includes crowdfunding and ICO campaigns, community job marketplace, and a variety of financial blockchain services. And there was another company we did a review of on our channel that did something like this. If you held the tokens, basically it was a platform for anybody to put their business ideas on, their project ideas of something that could be built. And this whole project, this ICO, and the tokens were linked to building these projects and earning off of them. But the token holders could vote on the projects, and the token holders are the ones who say which projects the company's money and effort goes into creating. And that's pretty cool. This seems similar, crowdfunding on the blockchain, and that's what we need. We need to make a model where it's more of a crowdfunding with a token issued on the side, or a utility token. Maybe that would pass regulations a little bit better. So this is Crowdcoin here. Their pre-sale starts January 15th. Live Ed, another token sale I'm looking into, 4 days. A lot of these start, the middle of January to the 1st of February. I like this idea, live education on the blockchain, virtual reality education, that type of thing. Vibe Hub does that. Not all doom and gloom for Chinese Bitcoin miners. Supposedly, you know, there's all these rumors Chinese Bitcoin miners are getting kicked out. New voice for crypto, Japanese pop group Virtual Currency Girls. Wow. It's just a matter of time. Someone probably friggin' bought these Chinese girls and made them do that. Japanese girls, sorry. So it's not as bad as it seems. Yes, a lot of companies are moving to Canada. We just saw 2 big mining companies moving to Canada. I was looking those up the other day. And because Canada has cheaper hydro, we have hydroelectric dams, things like that. A lot of water where you can put, you know, hydro generators onto. And our government is more lenient towards cryptocurrencies and more supportive and works with cryptocurrency companies. So a lot of these, you know, Quebec lures cryptocurrency miners as China sours on industry, right? So a lot of them are moving here to Canada where I live, and that's a good thing. That is smart on Canada's behalf, welcoming them and incentivizing them to move here. Grows our economy, and China, I guess they do not want growth in their economy. Advocate files for immediate regulation of Bitcoin in India. Anonymity problem. This is, you know, governments that have far reaches into other smaller countries. You know, they'll make deals with them, I think, and Bitcoin has no reason, or India has no reason why they would want to ban Bitcoin, but they're saying here, the use of Bitcoin was maximized post-demonetization when cashless economy was being promoted. In India, law enforcement agencies are confused. Either the government should ban Bitcoin by declaring it illegal like China, or there must be a regulatory body to control its flow. And we saw recently that India, they just changed their cash, their currency. They shifted it overnight or something like that and screwed them over. They're really trying to make their money not worth very much. They have a lot of dirty money there because in India, cops will bribe people a lot instead of take them to jail. So they get a lot of dirty money for numerous things. And then this new currency they issued, you had to have proof of where you got the money to turn it into this new currency. This was about a year or more ago. And people that had this dirty money could not convert it unless they got someone to launder it first, pay 30% or whatever. It was probably 50% around that point. And then they can convert it into the new currency that was being used. The old one was not active anymore. And they did this without warning, really. And so we can see that, you know, why Bitcoin is maybe a problem to them. And if they're trying to minimize, you know, this money that is, you know, not being paid taxes on, and just money that they don't know who has. Really, the governments just want to know who has what, who's a threat, you know, who has money that could threaten their power, who has money to, and they're not paying taxes on it. This is the main concern. Overstock Payments glitch mixes up Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash report. So Overstock.com experienced a cryptocurrency payments bug that could have allowed customers to mint money simply via repeated cancellation of orders. Wow. Pretty cool. So their blockchain, they don't know a lot about blockchain, but we just saw George Soros invested $100 million into Overstock's blockchain unit, so they should be able to fix this no problem. Microsoft resumes Bitcoin payments after halt over instability, and I did see something online showing that Microsoft can't stop taking Bitcoin, accepting Bitcoin for payments. I guess it was they resumed this. Get ready for a world currency. You see the 2018 there with the 1 and the 0, and this is why we're seeing, you know, rising up like the phoenix from the ashes of the paper money. This is why we're seeing governments trying to create their own currencies, because I believe that this was what this is. You know, it's very occult stuff. The Economist magazine talks about, and very secretive stuff. And who knows? Maybe Bitcoin was created a long time ago for this plan of 2018 becoming, after the dollar crashes or something, becoming the currency. Most likely it will be a government-owned cryptocurrency, though, and not something so empowering to the people as Bitcoin. And, you know, governments can't control Bitcoin, so we'll see. Well, we will see. The power is getting shifted into the people's hands, so you never know. It could be a currency we can benefit from as well. Venezuela's planned petro cryptocurrency illegal, says Congress. So we mentioned that a couple times. Just some drama. Warren Buffett, cryptocurrencies will come to a bad ending. In terms of cryptocurrencies generally, I can say with almost certainty that they will be come to a bad ending. When it happens or how or anything else, I don't know. And yeah, you can almost agree with this, especially if the governments are trying to plan their own cryptocurrency to replace Bitcoin. Then they'd have to put a lot of effort into destroying Bitcoin and making people not want to buy Bitcoin for various reasons. So I do think that cryptocurrencies eventually will die off. The hype will die off, but I don't think they'll be worth nothing. Crypto what? Blockchain? Bitcoin? Are you okay, son? That's basically these guys. Warren Buffett, JP Morgan. JP Morgan CEO makes some unclear statements on Bitcoin and government. Suddenly likes blockchain. So he's reversing his views. Obviously, he, like I'm saying, obviously they have some sort of agenda where they want to either push their own cryptocurrency, profit of cryptocurrencies, or want you to lose your money in cryptocurrencies. Who knows? Because one day he said it's going to lose everyone's money, and now he's trying to get people to buy it. So, who knows? Maybe they're shorting it while you're buying it. Crypto what? And we're almost done, guys. Harvard professor predicts Bitcoin collapse due to government regulation. We hear this so much. We see this so much. When you see this, just understand that it's been going on since Bitcoin was $100, and these guys just never stop. Yes, it might be worth, you know, reading some other people's opinions and seeing their views and why, but it's usually a lot of old people that say this as well, and people that are currently in positions of power. It's a coincidence that, you know, Bitcoin frees us from those power structures, and now they're talking bad about it and saying it's going to crash. But anyways, Bitcoin can survive an apocalypse. We went over this. And that's about it for today, guys. We will get back to you with some ICO reviews. We currently invested in, last night, one of these beautiful ICOs. Where is it? Called BitCo. So, this one I've been waiting for a long time to get into, wanting to get into it for a long time, and now I finally have 260 BM tokens. So if you would like to invest in this, do some research, and if you have any issues, we can guide you through them. It's open for a couple more weeks, I think. I just wanted to get in on it while there was, what, a 40%, 20% bonus. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.
Reading fortune, I just got the news. I can be a millionaire too. Check the OP, what did he do? Gas in his bag so to go to the moon. Spent half an ETH, I got 1 million coins like the real McCoy. You know I feel that joy, cause if it goes to a buck, I won't believe my luck. And now 10 on my Lambos for me and my friends. Butterfly doors, but I'm already in dock. Trump is like Biff from my squad on the block. Chain with a hold alive. Chat rooms, we scroll at night. Bitcoin Ether, been told twice. Never hold my ish like it's Moldavite. Going to the stars, cause it's only right. Read the white paper, I was sold that side. Now I shield my shit coins, cause I'm overhyped. We can't take the pressure. Cashing out for you was tether. My craft ship shape. Ashy sails through stormy weather.